Stephen A., the countdown is on. 2 days, 8 hours, 50 minutes, 54 seconds until kickoff between the Cowboys and Eagles. I think Dallas might need a little pep talk after they lost their guy.
You ain't getting no damn pep talk from me. I was going to give them my condolences because they're going to lose. So let's get that out the way first. Now, as we look at the Dallas Cowboys, I think the thing that we need to pay attention to is that this may end up being exactly what Jerry Jones wanted all along. I paid Micah Parsons $60 million. I'm sorry, Dak Prescott, $60 million. I made him the highest paid quarterback in the National Football League. I made CeeDee Lamb one of the highest paid receivers. What y'all gonna do? I got you, George Pickens. What you gonna do? This is where I'm throwing my money at. Don't make me out to be a liar. That's what Jerry Jones is saying. What's Dak gonna say in response? How's he gonna perform? We shall see. We shall see.
On Get Up, we are counting it down to NFL kickoff. We are at 2 days, and the season will kick off in Philadelphia, where the defending champion Eagles will raise their Super Bowl banner before turning the page to this season. Their center, Cam Jurgens, was asked about the pregame ceremony and all the pomp and circumstance that will come with it.
Who gives a damn if we're hanging something or whatever? We're playing the Cowboys, you know. What other multiple motivations do we need, you know? I think everybody's going to be pretty fired up.
That's what you want your center to say. And here he is. You know it was a game in Philadelphia when Sal Palantonio was live with us on Get Up. I can't tell you how good it is to have you back, Sal. So give us a sense of the energy both inside and outside of the facility in Philadelphia leading up to this game.
Michael, it's Dallas week in Philadelphia, and it's come early this year. This is a once-in-a-generation event. The Philadelphia Eagles playing the Dallas Cowboys at home here in Philadelphia for the first time week one since 1970. It's been 55 years. The last time that happened was 55 years ago at Franklin Field. You see all this gray hair? I do remember. I was there. I remember, Michael. And it is a huge ticket in town, monster game. I talked to one ticket broker, 717 in Bucks County, 717 Events and Tickets. They said those touchdown club tickets, the so-called Mike Trout seats, they sell for $5,000 a piece for Thursday night's game against the Cowboys, a once-in-a-lifetime event with the banner going up.
Obviously, the big story leading into this has come from Dallas with the departure of Micah Parsons and all of the drama that surrounded that. Offensively, from the Eagles' standpoint, how does that change what they're looking to do Thursday night against Dallas?
Well, in the NFL, as you know, Michael, coaches coach against coaches. And Nick Sirianni knows the defensive coordinator, new defensive coordinator of the Cowboys, Matt Eberflus, so well. They've coached together in Indianapolis for 3 years. And Eberflus is so good at stunts and twists and creative schemes on his defensive front to make sure he gets pressure without blitzing. Now, going against this Eagles offensive line, you're going to need that, especially because you don't have one of the best defensive players in the NFL, Micah Parsons. He's in Green Bay. And the Eagles obviously were game planning for number 11. They have been through his entire career in the division. Without Micah Parsons, this will be difficult for Matt Eberflus to do that kind of thing that he wants to do. You know, he's going to have to stack the box like Steve Spagnuolo did against the Eagles in Super Bowl 59, but the same result could happen. Jalen Hurts sees that box stack to stop Saquon Barkley. He'll go over the top to A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. He'll do that little swing pass to Dallas Goedert. If you look at Jalen Hurts in Super Bowl 59, so cerebral. His ability pre-snap and post-snap to get out of bad plays, get out of bad run plays and into good pass plays and vice versa was really unmatched. That's why he was the Super Bowl MVP.
You pointed out in your notes to us last night, and we pointed it out earlier, that the Eagles scored 75 points in their two matchups against Dallas last year, and Jalen Hurts didn't even play in one of those games. It was Kenny Pickett. So that's the one side of it. How about the other side, though? The Cowboys' offense against an Eagles defense that has lost some significant pieces from last year's championship team, Sal.
And Michael, Vic Fangio, the new defensive coordinator of the Eagles, talked about this yesterday in his press conference. There are bona fide stars that they have to worry about on this offense. The training camp reports that I've got about Dak Prescott is moving well, throwing the football on the run, which is his calling card during training camp. He now has George Pickens to go along with CD Lamb. In the last 3 seasons, those 2 receivers have 7,143 receiving yards, second only in the last 3 seasons to Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill. So it's going to be very difficult to double CD Lamb. And the thing about Brian Schottenheimer, the new head coach of the Dallas Cowboys, who will be calling the plays, he likes to use a lot of pre-snap motion so we can get a free release of his wide receivers. And you look at the Eagles defense, and I got the flip card in my hand, and at the left cornerback position, replacing Darius Slay, it's either Adoree Jackson or Ja'Cory Bennett, who they just got from Las Vegas, or Mac Williams, the rookie, who Vic Fangio loves. It's going to be mix and match at left cornerback position. And then at the safety position where they're missing C.J. Gardner-Johnson, who they shipped off to Houston, it could be Sidney Brown or a player to be named later, maybe Cooper DeJean. You never know what you're going to get with Vic Fangio. And when you got CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens, and you know Dallas is going to want to throw the football right off the bus to get an early lead, Michael, this is all hands on deck for the Philadelphia defense.
And my corner of the morning is J-Mac, and you were making that point exactly, that the corner who's going to be lined up opposite George Pickens is the one who's going to have to earn his check that night.
He's going to have to earn it all Thursday night. And to what Sal's saying, too, is so important, that use of motion. Because now not only do you get free releases, but you also get the matchups you want. So they'll be able to move CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens across the formation to make sure he's lined up across whoever that person is filling in for Darius Slay, whether it's Ja'Cory Bennett, whether it is Adoree Jackson. They are going to earn a check all night long.
And the number of times we have over the years heard our analysts, Dan, you and I, heard this group complaining about that stagnant offense that Dallas is running, complaining that it looked like something out of the past, the offense that Mike McCarthy ran. And look, he was a terrific offensive coach, but this is going to look a lot more like most of the better offenses in the NFL do.
I mean, I would think Brian Schottenheimer going to put his stamp on it, and more places for them to go with the ball, right? Than when it was just CeeDee Lamb. Yeah. George Pickens is not just a good number 2 receiver. He's a guy that was a number 1 receiver on the Pittsburgh Steelers last year, and is that caliber of player. So we'll see what Dallas's run game looks like, how they can put that together. That's going to depend on the offensive line a lot. But when Dak Prescott drops back, he's going to have more places to go with the ball.
What do you see? What do you expect from the Dallas offense in this game? Do they play big against the Eagles on Thursday night?
Yeah, I mean, listen, Brian Schottenheimer, I played under Brian Schottenheimer when he was with the Jets. He wants to run the football. Who's his father? Marty Schottenheimer, right. Marty ball. So they're going to want to run the ball. That's going to set up everything down the field. You know, and that's where you get those huge explosives down the field. So like Sal, like everyone has said, he's going to motion. He's going to do all that. He's going to run.